motherfuckers, and welcome to another edition of the son of a bitch, seventh innings stretch. Oh wait, sorry. Oh wait, hold on. I'm sorry. You need keep distracted. Sorry, I started using a swear jar in the seventh inning because I got a high dream, and so. Or a dream where I was high, and I dreamed that it was bad that I was cussing. So Josh is trying to keep me straight on here, but now he's turned off his camera. So we're gonna redo this. Okay, welcome to the seventh inning. Yeah, that was a little. It wasn't your best. I'm sorry. You didn't care enough about it. Maybe that was probably my fault, but
I was laughing too much trying to get the laughing joke.
Anyways, well, we have a full episode. I'm pissed off. I'm going to be honest. I'm really angry. I'm angry at everyone. I was telling Josh earlier, I am going through some horrible food poisoning from my mother. So
she did it to you on purpose. And remember, it's better to be pissed off than pissed on.
Depends on who you're talking to, but okay. So let's get into it. I'm gonna try to keep my cool. I won't. But yeah, let's go ahead and start off. This is a week old, but this was after we recorded on Thursday night. MLB announced that pitcher Carlos Martinez, ex-Cardinal, he was a Giant for 5 seconds, and then he was a Red Sox. Is he a Red Sox or a Red Sox?
I would just say he was with the Red Sox.
Yeah. I never understood that. Like, are you a Red Sox or a Red Sox? Because it's not SOCKS, it's ROX or SOX, not rocks.
I guess we might want to contact our guy in Chicago and see what they say if you're a White Sox or a White Sox.
Do we have a guy in Chicago?
White Sox. I'm sure you do.
Oh, I'm sure.
My guy in Chicago is a Cubby.
Oh, so. Yeah. I'm sure I do have a couple of guys. Anyways, yeah, I mean, it's a week old. He's suspended 80 games for using a drug I've never heard of, but I'm guessing it's just a steroid. Hey, you ever heard of it? Because you're kind of, you're not fully medical, but you're kind of medical, aren't you? Not to get too personal.
No, I'm not medical. I'm not in that side of the medical field.
Oh, okay.
For my profession. But no, the drug you're talking about, it was something I've never heard of either. So I was just like, what? Something new to learn about, I guess.
I think the only drug I knew was androstenedione. And that's only because I heard it said 15 times in Ken Burns' 10th inning. But that's a bummer. Carlos Martinez is a nut job. You and I know it. He's kind of one of those weird pitchers. So it's a shame that he's resorted to this. But, I don't even know how that really affects pitchers, steroids. So I guess it just helps him make it stronger so he has better velocity. But that's a shame. I'd talk to Josh, but he's turned his camera off again on me because
I'm still here.
I know. I'm trying to stall for you. Do you have I guess I could cut this out, so.
Yeah, you don't have to cut it out. I'm just trying to get the whole internet going right now.
Oh. But
all right, whatever. I can't get my internet working on my tablet.
But do you have anything to say about Carlos Martinez? Or
I was a fan of Carlos when I was living in Indiana because I didn't get to hear all the insider information about how he was, this, that, and the other about him. So You know, I think it's sinful anytime a player gets hit with a PED charge. I mean, these guys are paid to play the game. They get to do something that most of us would love to do with our lives, and they still feel the need to cheat in some way, shape, or form. And we've talked about other forms of cheating in baseball, but I just don't understand the PED thing. These guys, they work out, they work really, really hard. They craft, they work on their craft so much. And to see somebody who, had a couple of bad seasons, had some injury issues, feel like they got to resort to using a chemical substance to get them back to where they need to go or where they want to be. I mean, I get it. I mean, I understand it, but I'm very much by the rules, by the book. If you can't hack it, hang it up, become a coach, become an influence, be a positive influence for the young kids out there, and help grow the sport. Don't diminish the sport or ruin their sports reputation.
Yeah. I I don't know. I never know where I am at the with the entire steroid thing anyways. Um like obviously we grew up with Mark McGuire, so we were like, "Oh, well, we like Mark McGuire, but I mean, you can't." And then we kind of turn around and we're like, "Well, PEDs are bad," and so I'm like, it's just so. And then you have to think about Barry Bonds, who was good before he took the PEDs, and then who was great really before he took the PEDs, and then and Roger Clemens is another guy. Sammy Sosa was shit. Um, I mean, really it was, but I mean, he's you talk about like strikeouts, that guy struck out every other second. Um, but anyways, yeah, that's a
Do
conversation
you want
for
to have a
another
little
time.
bit of a
Oh,
okay? I was gonna say, do
no,
you want to
no,
have a little PED conversation real quick?
we can do it. Might as well. I
So,
said 2 minutes, 5 minutes. Yeah.
so here's my thing with the PEDs. I have a different standard when it comes to like HGH and actual anabolic steroids compared to some of these creams or whatever that have steroids in them. Bonds is in a different category for me than some of the other players because we go back and we look at Bonds. He looked like a normal average Joe when he got into the league,
Yeah.
and then
The-
he just like
yeah.
swole,
Yeah.
was huge, big old monster of a guy. Where McGuire, yeah, he was smaller too, but
But he
his
grew over time, right?
yeah, he grew over time and he never got like super jacked.
Yeah.
And even Sosa, I mean, he didn't ever really get super jacked either. Um, Roger Clemens was always kind of a beefier guy, from what I remember. Now, I was really young when his career started, so I
Yeah.
mean, I could be wrong here. So if I am, I apologize to all you internet folks. But I mean, Bonds to me was one of the bigger disappointments because he was so good before he had him. He didn't need
Yeah.
him. He was going to be in the record books. He had the potential to be a Hall of Famer without him. He would have never broken the home run record without him. McGuire was hitting home runs before he was taking any kind of a PED, but he also wasn't injecting himself with steroids, or at least it's not known to that. And everything that he was taking at the time was approved by baseball, and it was something he got from his trainer that wasn't an actual steroid, from what I
Yeah.
understand. Now, I am talking a little bit out of left field here because I didn't research it all, and I was really young when
Yeah.
it happened, so
Yeah.
my memory is not the clearest. But that's how I remember it being told and what happened. So yeah, I have a different between shooting up steroids and taking human growth hormone versus some of these other things that they consider a steroid or a performance enhancing drug. Like if it's Adderall, I know that, or at least I think for a short time, or it is on the PED list. We should check that
Is it?
out. There's some drugs on there. I just don't understand why they're on there. If it's for like focusing, here we go. List of major league notes. What PEDs are banned? Cocaine, LSD, marijuana, opiates, MDMA, gamma hydroxybutyrate, GHB, uh, ephedra,
The last couple
PCP.
articles I've seen are from about Adderall are from 2012, so it might not be a big deal
Yeah, it might
anymore.
not be on there anymore. But when it was, I didn't understand that one. I
Yeah,
mean, how many kids are prescribed Adderall so that they can focus and their brains and their bodies line up? I mean, heck, they're diagnosing adults now with ADHD and ADD and finding out that they were never diagnosed, and they're making them more productive in their personal lives and at work. So those kind of drugs, I don't quite get with. It is the intentional injections and the intentional pills that bother me and taint the sport.
yeah, I, yeah, it's just weird. I didn't think about the differences between the types of steroids. Um, yeah, I think the thing with Bonds though was like, which I don't know how true the story is, and we like no one really knows except for the people who were in the thick of it. But like the thing that I've always heard about Bonds was he didn't want to take the steroids, but he was always hearing that like over half the players were, and he saw how he was having amazing numbers, but no one was paying attention to him because they were focused on Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa, Roger Clemens, who were taking the steroids. And so he was just like, well, I'm going to take these steroids and I'm going to be considered the best ever because that's what I want to do is. And I don't know how true that is, but I've always heard that story going around. But if it is true, I don't know. I think Barry Bonds should be in the Hall of Fame. I've always said like Bonds should be in the Hall of Fame with an asterisk, um, or at least not necessarily even an asterisk. Just say like I would say like before he took the steroids, because I think he said in '99 was when he took the steroids. I may be wrong, but like just because I think he has a Hall of Fame career before the '99 season. And I think that's what a lot of people talk about is, hey, he was great before he took the steroids. And when he took the steroids, I mean, he still had to have a good eye. He still had to, because he still walked a shit ton. But, anyways,
I mean,
well,
I get that. I think the whole steroid era. So I think a lot of the guys, not to deep dive here because we should really do an episode on this.
yeah,
But I think the whole steroid era in baseball. I think those guys, if they have Hall of Fame numbers or they had Hall of Fame careers, they should get in. But there needs to be a specific part of the Baseball Hall of Fame that is this is the steroid era in baseball. Because let's be real, the steroid era in baseball and the home run race between McGwire and Sosa revived and saved the game of
oh
baseball at
yeah,
that time.
especially after '94. Uh,
Right.
you and I, we were just talking about Ken Burns and his baseball documentary, and they really talk about it, and they really do that justice. They're like, listen, the baseball was dead 95, 96. No one was going to games. Fans were like, they just felt betrayed. They felt like owners and players were playing too greedy, and it's it was becoming a problem. And guess what? Cal Ripken Jr., which I don't really attribute the um, him saving baseball too much with his streak, but yeah, like Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa, and Barry Bonds, King Griffey Jr. Also, I think it's should get a lot more credit. Um, they single handedly brought baseball back. Um, anyways, but do you? So I want to do a real quick thing, like Roger Clemens. Do you think he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame?
Yes.
Mark McGwire,
Yes.
Sammy Sosa,
Yes.
really? And Barry Bonds, you said yeah.
only on principle the fact that I say yes to the other three guys. But again, I go back to the asterisks. They're in their
Yeah.
own category in the Hall of
Yeah.
Fame. That's the only way you do it. I'm same thing with Jose Canseco, Rafael Palmeiro, all those guys who got hit.
Hmm. Did you know that? Sorry, this is a totally different thing right now, but Mark McGwire got second in MVP voting that in '98. Do you know who won the MVP that year? Sammy
No, are you going to tell
Sosa.
me?
What the fuck?
He
How
was more
the
likable. That's another dollar.
that doesn't count as fine. He has him on walks, on base. Oh, so Sammy has him on RBIs, obviously not on home runs, but he has him on batting average before on base, slugging, and OPS were a thing.
There you go. The thing you hate the most.
The bane of my existence is the reason why Big Mac never got an MVP. He never won an MVP. That's so surprising.
I figured he would have gotten one when he was Oakland, but again, I'm older than you are, and
Yeah.
I don't even know if you can remember him playing in Oakland.
No, I can't. Like
Yeah, I can remember him playing in Oakland because I remember him coming over to St. Louis.
I remember him and Albert playing together. So 2001.
The tummy punch.
Yeah. Oh gosh, I missed that. The closest he got was in '98 at number 2, which still boggles my mind. But the other closest was 4th place when he was with Oakland in '92. So, anyways, that's just weird to me. I don't think I've ever actually looked at Mark's stats back then. Also, it shows him in Oakland, which, let's be honest, he's a Cardinal. Yeah. Fuck Oakland. I mean, screw Oakland. So yeah, that's the Carlos Martinez topic right there. But yeah, we should definitely go into that PED conversation more. Okay, now we're getting to the stuff I hate. Tommy Pham and Tommy Pham slapped Joc Pederson Will Smith style during a Reds batting practice on Friday. According to multiple sources, the Reds scratched Pham shortly before the game started. Apparently, it was over fantasy football. This thing got into like a huge shitstorm, crap storm. Oh gosh, sorry. So anyways, I don't even know where this goes. Tommy Pham was like, it wasn't just about fantasy football. He disrespected the Padres. I was like, okay. And which he wasn't even a part of the he wasn't even part of the Giants or the Dodgers. Joc Pederson. He was part of the Braves back then, or the Cubs. So I don't even know, like, it wasn't even like an interleague or league rival. So Joc Pederson was like, here's the meme. And like, it was the lady who threw did you see it? The meme?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Okay. Yeah.
Dude, this has been all over St. Louis radio all week. So I'm pretty well on this story. Oh yeah. They've covered it every morning on Randy Character and Michelle Smallman.
Yeah. And so you think it's over because Joc Pederson is like, listen, if I offended him, I'm sorry, but it's fantasy football. And I didn't even understand it. And then Tommy Pham comes out and then starts complaining about Mike Trout. And he's like, Mike Trout is the worst commissioner in the league, which I'm gonna take a little bit off right there. I'm gonna say I didn't hear the context and I didn't hear him say it. So he may have said it as a joke, but coming from Tommy Pham, who just
Oh
said,
no.
no,
He meant it.
he meant it. Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, he
I
meant
figured,
it.
I
He's
figured,
heated.
I figured he was. Anyways, so go ahead and talk about Tommy Pham for a second, so I
All
can
right,
try to compose myself.
So to fill you guys in, so it was over. This is a all big leaguers fantasy football league. Um, Big money in this league. So Tommy Pham is always very, very serious about his money. Wayno actually came on Character and Smallman and talked about it on Wednesday to give us a little insight into Tommy. And Wayno basically defended it a little bit,
Of
believe it
course
or
he
not.
did.
Yeah, a little bit, not all the way. Yes, there was he said it was more than one meme, but Joc only represented the one meme that we're talking about. And he took a couple stabs at the Padres, but all came down to the amount of money.
Hold on one second. So was Adam Wainwright a part of that fantasy football league?
No, he wasn't. He was just trying to give insight on why Tommy Pham was so upset.
Okay, I didn't know if he was a part of that group chat or not. But anyways,
so lots of money involved. Basically, what happened is they didn't. So as the story has been told at this point, Trout did not change the rules that were agreed upon by the players in the league about how the IR worked, and Joc had some guy with the last name of Wilson. This is from 2 years ago, by the way. This is from 2 years.
Oh, this isn't last year?
No, it was just 2 years ago.
Okay, that's weird.
So Joc might have been on San Francisco at this point.
He was at the Dodgers.
Or with the Dodgers. Whatever.
Yeah.
He was. I'm pretty sure he was on the West Coast for that.
Yeah.
So they were sharing these memes, and Joc ended up taking Wilson and putting him on the IR and picking somebody else up and putting him on his bench. And apparently that was against the rules that was agreed upon. But Trout never changed the rules as the commissioner, which is how Trout got dragged into this whole ordeal. But I guess this is a really big high dollar league, and Tommy got mad. Tommy got mad, and he handled his business inappropriately, and looked like a freaking child that he is. This is why he doesn't get a long-term contract with the team, and nobody really likes him, and people in St. Louis are happy that he's gone. And I'm sure at this point, if you talk to people in San Diego, they're happy he's gone too, and Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
So that was kind of the filler in that the only things that you were leaving out, that you weren't informed on, that I had heard on the radio, but they had talked about it every single day this week. And just gets juicier and juicier. Apparently, Tommy Pham has come out and said that other guys in the league told him that they had his back on what happened in the fantasy football league, and I'm like, I want to see the receipts to that. I mean, this is just kind of some fun side drama for baseball, but I think it's being played up by the MLB and by baseball, because the NFL is so hot.
Yeah.
And it just links them to the NFL and gives them more publicity. So honestly, I think this is just like a celebrity drama story.
Wow. Yeah. My first reaction when I saw this, because I really like Joc Pederson. I've said it a couple times. I wish he had signed with the Cardinals last year. I wish he signed with the Cardinals this year. And so I was really pissed off. I was like, I hate Tommy Pham. He's driving me insane now. And then I thought about it more, and I thought about all the incidents he's had in his career. He calls out the fans of St. Louis when he first comes up. He calls out the Cardinals organization for keeping him down in AAA for too long. Then he gets traded to the Rays, then apologizes to St. Louis, and then he craps on the Rays fans, and then he does all that, and then he goes to San Diego, and he kind of stays quiet there from what I remember. And then he gets stabbed, which I'd like to hear that story more. And then he goes to Cincinnati saying that I'm just going to work on my bat. I'm not here for a team. I'm here for myself, just to get my numbers up. I'm looking out for number one. Then he threatens to fight Luke Voigt. and then he does this. I don't think he's mentally stable, and and this is legitimately concern. Like, I'm concerned about him. He needs help. Like, he's seriously off his meds. I like, if I'm a baseball team, I'm like, listen, or if I'm the Reds, I'm like either releasing him or saying, hey, you need to figure some stuff out because you are not right. Like, even if he, like, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, you walk up to Joc Pederson and just slap him over some fantasy football. I don't care how much money you spend on it. Fantasy football is dumb. You're gonna slap him over that? Anyways, he's a dumbass. I hope he gets help. He's now one of my least favorite players. So is that that actually took a lot. That wasn't as nearly as bad as I thought it was gonna be. Do you have anything else to add to that?
I think he needs to go through some anger management classes. In all honesty, I think it'd be
Probably.
good for him. And I'd be surprised that the Reds haven't mandated that. Hey, you're going to go through some counseling, get yourself in check, and figure it out because you're a bad representation of our organization. But let's be real.
Yeah.
Do the Reds really even care about their own organization right now? Sure
No.
doesn't look like it. Which is sad because Cincinnati is a great baseball city.
Yeah, and they probably I'm sure the ownership is loving the publicity right there.
Oh yeah.
I honestly thought they were going to release him for a second there.
I wouldn't have surprised me, to be honest with you.
I thought because they said they scratched him and then they suspended him, or the Reds didn't suspend him, but MLB did, and I was like, ooh, he's about to get cut, but they probably like that. They probably like having the Brett Phillips over there. So, anyways, that's a little bit of the 2010. Remember when Kung Fu Cueto came out? Still hate that guy.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Don't get me started on that.
Yeah, I don't want to get started on that. Dallas Keuchel was released by the White Sox. He's cleared waivers, and so now he is a free agent. There are teams that are associated with him. Cardinals, I've heard, were one of the favorites, and the Mets are also one of the favorites. We kind of covered this a little bit on Wednesday's episode of Cardinals Chronicles. It's a shame that he's been released. There was a time back in 2017, I think he won the Cy Young. And he was one of the better pitchers. Then Houston let him go, and I think everyone was like, "Are you crazy, Houston?" But then he signs with the Braves, does kind of mediocre there. Then he signs with the White Sox, and in 2020 he had a really good season. But in 2022 he has a 7.88 ERA, a 49 ERA plus, and a 2.15 WHIP. A 6.21 FIP. So he's lost something. He's been kind of on a downward spiral since 2019, though. So it's I kind of see the Padres picking him up, just to give him a shot. I don't really see anyone in particular picking him up. Maybe the Blue Jays. They need some guys. So, and they have a miraculous pitching coach, like I like to say, and so he might be able to benefit for that. But I hope he gets picked up. Anything from you?
No, No, okay. I said my piece on Wednesday about Keiko. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to see him out of the league by any means. I still think he's got something left in the tank. He's only 34 years old.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's got to be something there. He's just lost it, and he needs to regain it and refine it. So help me God, if the Mets were to pick him up and he ends up having 12 wins this year for them, I will be for
Yeah.
the rest of the season.
Yeah. 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 I I don't know how much of the White Sox, because I kind of think it helps or not helps, but hurts whenever you're on a certain team. White Sox are not good this year. So I think that kind of affects him too. But I honestly don't like if I'm a Cardinals fan, so I don't see any reason why I would want to pick him up. So even
No,
if
he's
he
just
is,
too many walks.
yeah, it just scares me. I'm sure Mike Maddox, or I really need to learn the pitching coach for the Blue Jays' name, but he can probably help them. The Diamondbacks, maybe. I heard their pitching coach is really good too, and I can't even think of his name. But yeah. So yeah, good luck, Dallas Keuchel. Hope you do well. And we'll be right back after these messages. Like that? Like that? That sounds spicy. Okay.
I think, baby. I get to give you info for once.
I know that's good for you. Like Pete Walker is the name. Thank you, Josh. He felt really good about rubbing that in my face that he knew something I didn't. I'm terrible at names, so I don't.
It never happens. You're the
I
info guy.
I know
I'm the eye test guy.
you're the pretty face. Yeah, I know. Well, we're back, obviously. Wow. Sorry. So are you ready for our Juan Soto? Oh, his wife here? Oh, you looked like you were looking up, and I
Oh
thought,
no, she's in bed.
oh, okay. So Juan Soto's stat of the day. Only players in MLB history to reach 100 doubles, 100 home runs, 300 RBIs, 400 walks, 500 hits at the age of 23 or younger are Ted Williams, Mel Ott, Mickey Mantle, and Juan Soto. I almost rubbed my nipples right there.
I mean, I made an argument for you shot me down, so you would too.
Wait, what?
I bet they're pierced.
Oh, no. They're clean. They're a little bit hairy, but it's whatever.
Fans do not want to know about your bodily autonomy hair.
Oh, they do. You ever seen Burt Reynolds? Boom. No.
Ooh, it's rough.
It's blonde, so
Zip
it's
that
not
back
really
up.
as zip that. Yeah. Gotta zip it up. Turtleneck.
There you go.
Yep.
There
Okay.
you go. That's a good look for you.
No. Anyways, yeah, so Juan Soto, here's the thing, he's just the best there is. Like, he wakes up in the morning and he pisses excellence. Yeah, I love him.
Not as much as you love Trey Turner, though.
I know. It's hard to say that. It's like I love my kids both equally, but I just don't like them the same. Listen, I'm a sucker for speed. I was a speed demon back in high school, so I which you couldn't see this now, but back in my day, yeah, I was pretty good.
You and I suffer from the same problem.
Yeah.
We're both around.
Let me tell you something. I wasn't always this way, but then I hurt my stupid leg sliding into second. And I will always say this: slide into second head first, not feet first. Every fucking day, I say that. Anyways, yes.
No, it's 5.
Oh yeah.
You did so good in the first half of the last episode.
I told you I'm angry today, and I'm sick,
I
and I'm
know.
just dying here.
Don't die on me yet.
Yeah.
I gotta find a replacement first.
There's no replacement for me.
I know the show would be dead without you.
You're my replacement. You'd be like, so what do you think of Trey Turner? And the guy would be like, hey, he's okay. And you're like, damn it.
No, I'd be like, thank God.
You're like, wait, do you want to talk about Juan Soto or Trey Turner? No, I don't care. Oh,
Who
okay.
are they?
Don't let
Well,
anyone.
that just took out the fun argument.
Anyways, so I saw a couple of people posting this, so I wanted to address it. Like, I don't know who said this, but it was like some big reporter, and I don't know why they said it. So they said, you know how basically the entire baseball world has been talking about the month Mookie Betts is having? Well, Paul Goldschmidt's May has been about 50 points better than in all the slash line categories. And there's always been this thing about Cardinals. Their flyover state. Stan Musial would be considered the best player of all time, like over Babe Ruth, even if he was a Yankee, kind of. And then Cardinals never get their due. Same with Goldie, apparently, in their eyes. But I'm going to say I've been watching MLB Network a lot lately, and they've been talking about Goldie more than Mookie Betts, in my opinion. Mark DeRosa did a huge 10-minute segment about Goldschmidt, comparing him to Jeff Bagwell. Greg Amsinger, who's a big Cardinal fan, was talking about Paul Goldschmidt. I hadn't heard what.
I was just say Amzinger's a little bit biased. I mean, he did go to Lindenwood University, and he's a St. Louis guy.
Yeah. Like I said, he's a Cardinal fan, but
he has the best hair on MLB TV.
He does. I liked him before I knew he was a Cardinal fan. I was like, ah. Anyways, he's so fun to watch. Anyways, but like I didn't even know like Mookie Betts' May until like last week. So anyways, I just wanted to talk about that post because it was from a reporter and I wish I had saved the name, but I've seen a lot of love for Paul Goldschmidt this year, or at least in May. So I don't understand. Everybody at John Boy is talking about it all the time now, talking about Paul Goldschmidt, and we love John Boy over here, and Fuzzy's talking about it. Every baseball program I've watched has talked about Paul Goldschmidt, so more than Mookie Betts. So if anything, Mookie Betts is having an underrated month compared to Paul Goldschmidt. Goldschmidt's still having a better season or a better month than Betts, but I think.
Well, even if you look at their season totals.
Oh yeah.
Let me make sure what I'm looking at is season, and this might just be May.
Yeah, I think Goldie's leading.
No, this is season stats. You want me to run down these stats I got in front of me?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so we're gonna do every number I say is gonna be Mookie first, and then I'm gonna give you Goldie's number. Okay. All right, so at bats, 193, 184. Runs, 51, 33. Hits, 59, 65. Singles, 31, 37. Doubles, 12, 17. No triples for either guy. Mookie does have 16 home runs, while Paulie's only got 11.
Wait, hold on. Go back to the doubles again.
12 versus 17.
Didn't Paul just hit 22 in May or something? Like he broke Stan Musial and Albert Pujols' record, right?
Oh, you're right. I wonder how old this post is.
Ooh, oh,
See, I
you're
didn't
looking.
think those numbers sounded just right. Perfect. I'm on fantasypros.com.
Oh,
So
see,
shout out to them for not having the right numbers up here.
hold on. Let me look at me. I'm back on top. No, just kidding.
Damn it. Thought I was going to have it.
That's funny. That makes me laugh.
This should make you laugh. I'm trying to be
Okay.
you.
So they have 48 games under their belt. Betts has 193 at bats. Goldschmidt has 184. Mookie has 59 hits. Goldie has 65. Well, that doesn't
So it
make
looks like I
sense.
was right. It doesn't make sense because unless they're considering home runs in May, extra base hits, that's how
Oh,
you would get
that's
there.
it. That's it. Okay.
All
So you
right,
were
so
right.
let's get back to yeah. All right, so home runs. Mookie's got 16 total. Goldie's got 11. RBIs 35 to 43. Stolen bases 4 to 3. Caught stealing 1-0. Walks 26-25. Strikeouts 36-41. Now here come the big numbers that we all like.
Yeah.
Batting average 306 to 353. On base percentage 392 to 429.
That's better than Juan
Slugging
Soto's.
percentage. Oh yeah. Slugging percentage 617 to 625. That's pretty dang close.
Yeah.
And then on base plus slugging 1.009 to 1.054.
Yeah. OPS
If Goldie
plus.
doesn't get player of the month in May, he's
Yeah.
getting robbed.
Yeah. 178 batting OPS plus for Mookie Betts to Goldie's 203. Yeah, Goldie's having a better month, but and he's been getting the love, and I like that. I don't remember before it was Albert. Like I'm really wanting to look at Paul Goldschmidt's numbers versus Albert Pujols, and maybe I'll look at that for a Cardinals episode, but just see how comparable he is. Because I mean, people are already throwing out MVP this year, and it's so mind-boggling. Because I was saying in April, he has has one of the worst Aprils ever. Everyone, or like every year, he has a terrible April. Now, this April, and that's just how amazing he is this month. Like, imagine how good, like if he was, because he was awful in April. He was awful.
He was bad, man.
Yeah.
He was super bad.
Yeah. And like he's already got like a 353 batting average. A 353 batting average when in April he had like a 120 or something. And that's hard to do. I mean, he's got 200 at bats already. But I mean, and to bring his numbers up and it wasn't like a gradual thing. It's not like it took him 2 months. It took him a month to go like straight up. So that's pretty amazing on its own. That's just how amazing he's been. Yeah, we talked about his May on Wednesday, and it's video game numbers, and it's not even funny how great he is. But yeah, is that all you want to talk about on that?
Yeah, we can move on.
Okay, so we had 2 retirements. We had a couple more, but Russell Martin retired from MLB, spent 14 seasons. He said he wanted to step away in 2019 just to kind of focus on other stuff. And so he finally made it official that he was retired. Good for him. Jay Happ retired. Good for him. They both had really good careers. Jay Happ, I've always liked him. When he came to the Cardinals, I was like, well, damn it, that's about 3 years too late. Russell Martin, big part of that 2013 Pirates team. Big Yankee. That's pretty much all I know him for. I know him from the Blue Jays also, but good job. Good careers. I don't know if they're Hall of Famers. Do you think they're Hall of Famers?
No.
You don't think they are?
No.
Oh,
No.
Dodgers. Russell Martin was a part of the Dodgers too. Keep forgetting about that. I want to look at Russell Martin's career real quick. His career numbers: 1,416 hits, 191 home runs, 771 RBIs, 248 batting average, 349 on base percentage, 397 slugging, 746 OPS, and a 101 OPS plus. Yeah, he's, 2017, he played 91 games. 2018, he played 90 games. 2019, he played 83 games. So he got hit with the injury bug pretty hard. 4-time All-Star, Gold Glove winner, Silver Slugger. Career 38.9 WAR. Pretty good defensively, right? Yeah.
Fairly good. Better than the average cookie.
Yeah. He may not be first ballot Hall of Famer, but he's a good guy, or fun, or good player, or was. Jay Happ has 100. He has 133 to 100 losses in his career, which is a 571 win to loss percentage. 4.13 career ERA. 100 ERA plus, 4.29 FIP, and a 1.31 WHIP. Yeah. He kind of took a tumble in the last couple of years, but I've always liked him. So congrats on good careers. There was someone else who retired, and I can't even remember. I was like, well, no one cares about this guy. But
yeah, I don't know who. I can't remember who it is.
Yeah. Next story, Angels utility man Tyler Wade had a dinner Monday night with former Yankees teammate Aaron Judge. It's believed that Wade is trying to sell him on the Angels. Trying to sell Judge on the Angels. I've said this for a couple of years, and I kind of like that I'm being right. What was the other thing I called that was right? Matt Carpenter, the Yankees. Yeah. I have no idea why, but I always thought Aaron Judge going to the Angels would be just smart on both sides. I don't know if the Angels can afford it. They probably can, because they're probably one of the most watched teams on TV. I have nothing to base that on, but him and Mike Trout would just be a fun duo with Shohei also. That'd probably be the biggest 1, 2, 3 punch you'd ever like in all of MLB, probably since the 1927 Yankees with Lou Gehrig and Babe Ruth, and it wasn't DiMaggio. Who was it? Anyways, whoever that third guy in the Yankees, but Murderers Row. So
yes.
Hold on. Now I have to look it up.
Yeah. I was trying to off my head and not look it up.
Earl Combs, Mark Coing, Bob Musil. That's probably it. Or Bob Musil was one of those guys, right?
Might have been him. You're talking long before we were ever alive. Here, I'm getting it right now. All right, so their lineup was. I'm gonna give you the full blown. Oh, well, I wasn't giving you the full blown lineup. The computer jumped on me. I'm in so much trouble with this. Earl Combs, Mark Coney, Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, Bob Musial, Tony Lazzari.
Lazari since I don't know. I don't have any of their statistics in front. Oh, I think I do right here. Lou Gehrig, obviously. By the way, it's Lou Gehrig Day. Do you say happy Lou Gehrig Day or do you just say like what do you say?
It's only the second time go around for it.
Yeah.
So I have no idea what the proper
Yeah.
greeting
Because
is for it.
I was like, oh, I'm gonna introduce the show and say happy Lou Gehrig Day. And then I was like, well, it's not really a happy day. Like, anyways. So Earl Combs had a 141 OPS plus. Babe Ruth had a 225 OPS. Good God. Bob Musial 135. Tony Lazzari had a 125. Lou Gehrig had a 220. Pat Collins had a 116. So I mean that's pretty dang good right there.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. And their bench wasn't bad too. Anyways, but I think that would be a really cool 1-2-3 punch. I still think that it's kind of ironic because Tyler Wade, who's a shortstop, is trying to sell Aaron Judge on going to the Angels. I kind of think shortstop is kind of their biggest need because Taylor Ward is there. Oh, Taylor Ward is there too, and he's hot. Dang, that would be an awesome team. But do you see, I mean, what do you think of like is there another team that you see Judge going to? Do you see Judge going to the Angels? Do you see Judge staying with the Yankees?
I mean, I feel like Judge is one of those guys that once you get to New York's nearly not going to let you go unless they don't want you anymore.
Yeah.
So I don't see him looking for a way out. I mean, there's just as much as I don't like the Yankees on a personal note as a Cardinal fan. I have so much respect for the organization and the history, the rich history the organization has.
Yeah.
If the Yankees want you, you don't leave. You don't leave unless you grew up or a fan of your hometown team and they want you.
Yeah.
You just don't leave the Yankees. It's how many guys have we seen go from Boston to New York?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a reason guys go to New York. It's to play under that pedigree and that legacy, and to wear those pinstripes,
Yeah.
and to be a part of that franchise's long-term history. So I don't know. I can't see him going anywhere unless somebody's just going to pony up so much money he can't say no.
Oh man, I like the Yankees. I don't really have a hated team besides the Cubs, but that's mostly just because I hate the fans because they're too drunk to make any sense. But yeah, I think it would be so freaking hilarious if the Red Sox just to spite the Yankees would like just bankrupt their entire system, give Judge a $500 million deal just to piss off Yankee fans and the Yankees organization. I think that'd be hilarious.
I'd be okay with that.
That'd be hilarious. Speaking of the Red Sox, or the Red Sox, the Reds won at Fenway Park for the first time since October 22nd, 1975. That's awesome.
Wow, that's a drought.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
In the Reds' defense, they haven't really I don't think they've played them much. I want to say like 5 times since then.
So they only go there every 6 years, right?
Yeah, or something like that. Because I mean, the last time they played, or the last time they
Every
won
5
was the
years.
World, huh? Oh yeah,
No, hold on. What is it? You play until next year. So you play every team from one of the opposite league divisions, and you rotate back and forth. So like this year, the NL Central is playing the AL East,
yeah,
and who they play last year?
Central, because they were still
Played the
worried about
Central last year.
because they
Okay, yeah.
were so. But that's really interesting. Yeah,
Still, that's
1970.
a long time not to win a
Yeah,
game.
I mean that's Carlton Fisk hitting the home run to left field off the pole in that walk off. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, that's still interesting. I saw that. I was like, wow, that seems really bad, but it probably isn't as bad as it looks. Um, anyways, moving on. Robinson Cano has been released by the Padres again, or not again, but he's been released again. I don't see anybody picking him up.
I think that this could be the end of his career.
Yeah, unless like a team that's just really bad and just needs some warm bodies, like the Orioles or the Royals, actually.
Royals.
Yeah, which would be kind of funny because Robinson Cano back in 2015 when the All-Star game was at the Kauffman Stadium, the Royal he didn't pick a Royal to be, was it Butler back in the 2015 that he didn't pick to be in the home run derby, and the Royals fans booed him and he didn't hit a home run and they loved it. That was back when he was with the Yankees.
I have
But
no idea.
yeah. Anyways, so yeah, I don't honestly, I thought he retired 3 years ago. So
I didn't know he was in the league still until
yeah,
he showed up when we played the Mets earlier in the year.
yeah. Yeah. So how long have we been going? About an hour and a half. Okay, so we can go into the biggest one. So there's, I guess Joe Girardi said something the other day about how he thought he was on the hot seat by the Phillies because of their mediocre numbers this year. And everybody is wanting for his job to be, or like they want him to be fired. Everybody's saying he's close to getting fired, and the front office is not happy with him. Anyways, there's a whole bunch of news stories about it. Phillies are 22 and 29. What do you think of these stories? What do you think of Joe Girardi being fired on the hot seat, whatever?
Well, I'd like to give some sourcing out here so we can be honesty in media.
Yeah, yeah,
So New York Post is saying that Joe Girardi's in the hot seat. The Philadelphia Inquirer is saying that Joe Girardi might live to see another series, but why?
yeah,
I mean, so we kind of talked about this in our season preview.
yeah,
We thought the Phillies was going to have this dominant offense. Their defense was going to be horrible. Their pitching was average at best. And when they won games, it was going to be because they strictly just outscored teams 7-6, 8-7, 9-5. That was kind of the conversation we had. I don't know if you can put this all on Girardi because he's obviously not the one building the entire team. He doesn't have final say on who is on the roster. At least I don't think he has that kind of control. If he has that control and the Phillies have given him that control, well then, yeah, he's probably on the hot seat to certain. It's probably deserved that he's on the hot seat. But since I don't think he has all that power, baseball's a tough game, and I don't think you can put everything on the manager unless his voice and his message is just not carrying in the locker room. But man, with that roster, with as much offense as they have, I'm surprised they're not at least a 500 team right now, and it's severely disappointing what they're putting out, what the product they're putting on the field right now. And we know how Philadelphia fans are. Um,
Yeah.
they are unforgiving. They are
They're one of the hardest fan
super
bases.
passionate. Oh yeah, I mean, look at what they do to the Eagles in the
Yeah.
snow. They throw snowballs at the Santas.
Yeah.
Uh, I mean, I would not want to be a professional athlete in Philadelphia.
No.
The only reason I like to go to Philadelphia are for the cheesesteaks,
Yep.
and
And
that's the only reason I like going to Philadelphia.
the Rocky run. Like you
I've
got to
done
do
it.
the run. You have you?
I got to the top of the stairs and I went, "No, Adrian."
I want to. I will. I have a big trip planned for the east side. Not the east side of Philadelphia, but just the east side of the United States. I don't want to go to the east side. I don't
Let me
want to
tell you
go
this
to
much.
Will Smith's.
I overlooked his neighborhood that he grew up in when I went to Philadelphia, because we were up on this really high point. They pointed us to look in the direction that he grew up in, or that the TV show is based out of.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, there's a lot more stairs than you think there are.
Oh,
So
yeah.
be prepared and have high knees.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I know it's a big leap right there, but yeah.
It's fun though. It's super cool.
I'm pretty sure it's fulfilling. Joe
Come on, let's
Girardi.
hear this rant. You prepped me for a big rant. Rock and roll,
Okay.
baby. Let's go.
So Philadelphia is. Let me just put that. I got to do a huge preface. Okay. So Phillies are 22 and 29. They have a run differential of +1, 230 runs scored to 229 runs allowed. They are ranked. Let's see. I had them right here. 21st in WHIP. 20th in opponent batting average, and 18th in ERA, which is a 4.05. Now, this pitching combines starting and bullpen. I wish I had a better stat, but at the moment I do not. So I'm guaranteeing you that if this just showed the bullpen, it'd be a lot worse. Defense, they are in the bottom 10 of every category. Okay. A manager's job, and I kind of wish that we had gone over this before at the beginning of the season, but I'm going to just do a real quick crash course. And there's a whole bunch of stuff that managers do, obviously. But a manager's main job is to take the talent that the front office has given to him, and he has a little bit of say on what he gets. That's true. But his main job is to take the talent that the front office has given him and make it to where they have the most talented guys on that day available. So a guy like Ranger Suarez, who's I think one of their starters, he doesn't say, "Hey, listen, I feel good after throwing 78 pitches yesterday. I can go again." A manager says, "No," or I feel good after throwing 100 pitches. I can go back out for the 8th and 9th inning. The manager can sit back and say, "Hey, no, you're done. You're kind of tipping your pitches a little bit." He's supposed to be unbiased, and he's supposed to be able to take a step back and just say, like, be level-headed, basically. He's a manager. He manages the team. The front office's job is to, one, create a really good farm system. You need to worry about the farm system, and you need to look at the team's issues. Anyways, Dave, this is just stupid. And Joe Girardi is not able to take over everything. He can't. What were the two things that you and I both said at the pregame or the preseason evaluation that took like 3 hours long was their number one need was, or their number one issue is going to be defense because Kyle Schwarber, who are some of those other guys? Didi's a good defensive guy, and Nick Castellanos are not going to be good defenders. And then we also said the bullpen. Yeah, they got Corey Knebel, but they needed some other guys. They needed more bullpen help. And sure, they may have lost money, but good Lord, that's so. The fact that he is being said that he is on the fact that it is being said that he is on the hot seat is bullshit. It's crap. It's dumb. It's dumb. It's dumb. You know why he's on the hot seat is because he's trying to do the better job. He's trying to do as good of a job. And the front office knows that they fucked up. They fucked up and they're like, oh, well, we can't blame ourselves because we know everything. We have big egos. And if we say that we messed up, then the fans are going to hate us. And so we're going to blame Joe Girardi. And some fans are going to be, who don't really focus much on the all around aspects of the game, are going to be like, oh, you're right. It is Joe Girardi's fault. And then once they get the replacement guy, they can go, oh, no, the replacement guy isn't really a real manager. So we don't need to even, like, it makes sense why the Phillies are losing. And it's stupid. Look, Joe Girardi won a World Series. He's when he was with the Yankees, he was doing a really good job. And guess what? The front office kept Derek Jeter, who's like 40, A-Rod, who is injury prone all the time, Robinson Cano, speaking of the devil, Andy Pettit, Mariano Rivera. I mean, I remember in the 2014 Yankees, there used to be like old caricatures of all of them trying to round the first base with their walkers and their canes. And and like, so I don't think that was really his fault. And anyways, and so he gets fired from there. And this is a little bit of this Joe Girardi's fault? Yes, it's absolutely his fault. Just like it's most of the team's fault for not performing. But guess what? It's just as much the front office's fault. And for the front office to say this is or Joe Girardi is the scapegoat here is bullshit. And they know it. Everybody knows it. And so if Joe Girardi gets fired because of this, because they failed to go out and get bullpen help and go out and get a better defense, when everybody knew that if you got Kyle Schwarber and Nick Castellanos, that wasn't going to be good. That wasn't a good recipe. Look, you do need a good defense. And I hate defense. Defense pisses me off now. I hate it. I hate it almost as much as I hate Harrison Bader. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. But it's stupid. It's stupid whenever everyone and their mother could see at the beginning of the season, hey, this is not a good idea. And I don't think you can compete with the Mets or the Braves, who just had monster season or monster off seasons, and then be like, oh, well, I'm so surprised by all this. Like at the beginning of the season, David Dombrowski, whenever they reporters asked him, listen, these guys can't play defense. And then he responded with, have you seen them hit? Well, guess what? When they go into a slump, what good are they? I mean, Paul DeYoung, like, I know I don't mean to bring up Paul DeYoung, but he's the only guy I can think of off the top of my head. Everyone was talking, oh, have you seen him play defense? But whenever he loses a little bit of defense and he has no offense, that just makes him that much worse. And you have a couple of them Because guess what? Nick Castellanos can't hit a whole or hit, 30 home runs in a month or 10 home runs in a month, or he can't stay hot for all 162 games. Bryce Harper can't. Bryce Harper's been trying to carry the team since he got here. Nick or Kyle Schwarber, I don't know why I can't remember Kyle Schwarber's name. Gene Segura, Rhys Hoskins has kind of been mediocre lately. Real Muto, he's doing as much as he can, but he's not there yet. You just can't blame all this on Girardi and then expect everything to get better after that. So I think I just want to defend Joe Girardi. Joe Girardi is a good guy. Well, I don't know if he's a good guy, but he seems like a nice guy. And I think him getting being made the scapegoat just because the front office decided to stick their finger up their assholes and just say, "Oh, well, that was okay," is bullshit. And that pisses me off. And I filled up this curse jar I've had to get 3 more curse jars in this rant. So, Josh, do you have anything to add to that?
The only thing I want to add is, are you looking at their stuff right now?
Who's?
The Phillies.
Yeah. Why?
Okay, let's. How many guys do you think they have that get paid more than $10 million a year?
Let's see. They have Real Muto, Rhys Hoskins, Gene Segura, Didi, Bryce for sure, Nick Castellanos, Kyle Schwarber, Wheeler, I'm sure is also there. So there's 8 right there. So I'm going to say about 10 of their guys.
So it's 9. So that's some good work off the top of your head. So Harper obviously makes the most, right?
Yeah.
Who do you think makes the second most?
Is it Castellanos?
No, he's up there, but he's not second most. This caught me off guard. Wheeler.
Is it Wheeler? Okay.
Yep. And then JT.
Yeah, JT. What is he making? 130?
He's 23.875 a year.
For how many years? Does it say?
I don't have the years up. I just have the full roster with their salaries.
Okay.
But Castellanos is making 20 a year. You got Didi making 15 and a quarter. You got Corey Knebel making 10. Aaron Nola is one you were missing. He's 15.
Sorry about that.
So we're technical difficulties happen, no big deal.
Yeah.
So Nola was the guy when you were listing off names that you missed. And again, still all the credit in the world to you, because I couldn't even do that with the Cardinals roster, to be honest with you. So it's just impressive to me how much money they spent on offense, and they didn't spend anything really on defense. I mean, they really didn't need to go get Castellanos, and to pay him the dollar amounts they paid him, I just find ridiculous. Now, I'm not a big Castellanos fan in the first place, but
yeah,
dude, $20 million for a guy to hit the ball and not play defense well. I mean, you've already got Schwarber. Why did you get another one?
Well, I think their biggest thing was that they were, because this was after the lockout where they got Castellanos and Schwarber, and I think one of their biggest, they were kind of under pressure just to get somebody. Otherwise, Phillies fans were gonna get pissed off. So they just picked up the 2 biggest guys they could find, even though Ryan Tepera and some of those other guys, Archie Bradley, who's an ex-Philly, they were all on the market still. But yeah, they didn't need to get, it was more of I would have rather gotten a Nick Castellanos than a Kyle Schwarber, but I wouldn't have gotten both. But anyways.
See, and I'd rather have Schwarber.
Yeah.
I don't like Castellanos. He's a heck of a player.
Well, yeah. Also, Kyle
player. At the
Kyle
plate.
Schwarber is a left-handed hitter, and Philly's right field is short too, kind of. But anyways, continue with your.
I just think the best value player they have out there, and I'm sure you're going to disagree with me. Remember, I'm talking about value.
Yeah,
Best player, best value is probably Reese Hoskins because he's only making 7.7 a year.
yeah. Right,
That's
Reese
just my
Hoskins
personal opinion on that.
Reese Hoskins is only making $8 million a year.
7.7.
Huh.
Now this year he's having a down year because he's only hitting 222, 25 runs scored. He does have 25 RBIs. Doesn't have a single stolen base. His on base percentage is 302, slugging 402, OPS is 704, and his OPS plus is 101. So he's having a little bit of a down year, but I mean he's still got 8 home runs and 189 at bats.
Yeah.
I mean, he, in my opinion, is the bang for buck. He gets they get the most out of him for the money they're paying him.
Yeah. I mean, I still
and he's
think
only 29 years old.
Yeah. He's an underrated guy, I think. This year he's kind of underperforming, but not too terribly.
He's still better than most average players.
More than some of those. I mean, look at his batting averages, and this is like off different topic, but he has a 222 batting average, but a 101 OPS. He had a 247 last year, but a 131 OPS plus, 245 the year before, which 76, but that was 2020. Or I'm sorry, not 76 OPS. He had a 138.
138.
Yeah, total bases pisses me off that it's right next to OPS plus. Anyways, but yeah, he's yet another reason why batting average needs to go down on importance. But yeah, it's a shame because they have a really good lineup. Their lineup, I mean, JT Realmuto, probably he's up there as one of the best catchers right now. I mean, top 3 at least, right? Will Smith and Yasmani.
I would guarantee he's in the top 5.
Yeah, top 5 for sure.
Probably top 3 though. I'd probably agree with you. He's in top 3.
Salvador Perez probably is up there too. No, is it the defense?
Not in my opinion.
Is it the defense?
Yeah, the defense bothers me right now.
Yeah.
And he doesn't look. Now, 2 years ago, I'd agree with you.
Yeah.
But this year, he's not performing the same. I mean, he's nowhere near.
Yeah.
What he was.
He's kind of given up on the defensive part a little bit and focus more on the offensive. Which when you're on the Royals team, you kind of have to focus on the hitting. But Reese Hoskins, who's a really underrated first baseman, but he's terrible defensively. I don't remember what his numbers are, but second base, Gene Segura, he's good. He's all right. Didi Gregorius, he's a great shortstop. Third baseman, Alec Boehm, he's been good. Bryce Harper, Nick Castellanos, but I mean, I was watching the Braves and Phillies series, and oh my gosh, that was just horrible. Like, I was telling you about it the other day, I think, and I said, they're just like they dropped a couple of balls that were just easy fly outs, and they gave up the game pretty much. It was just horrible defense, and so I don't think this is all Girardi's fault. This is just not getting the best deal that you should be getting.
No, I agree. I think he's going to get short. I think he's going to get hung out to dry as the scapegoat.
Yeah.
But back to what we were just talking about.
Yeah.
Fangraphs. Give a shout out to Fangraphs here. They have JT Realmuto as the 5th best catcher in the league right now,
Okay, hold
and
on.
he is behind.
Wait, hold on. Let me pick. Let's see. Will Smith. Is there Will Smith in there? Top 4. Okay.
He's number 1.
Okay. Is Grandal in there? He's probably not. Is he? Really?
No,
He's
number 2.
Is he really too? There was another guy who I was thinking of. Is it Taylor Heim?
No, but you should know this name because we've already talked about him before on other episodes this season. It's
Okay.
one that flies under the radar.
Oh, is it it's not the Giants guy, is it?
You're in the right state.
Giants. Sean Garver, or not Sean Garver, Sean Murphy.
Number 3.
I know Sean Garver, so hopefully he doesn't watch this episode. Really, Sean Murphy is number 3. That's interesting.
Now they're ranking them as teams, but he's the number 1 on the team.
Okay. And then
You're never going to get 4.
I'm not. Is it Wilson Contreras?
No,
Really?
no.
Darno?
No.
Huh, who is it?
Danny Jansen with
Son of a
Toronto.
bitch. The man that haunts me every day.
So I was like, you're never going to get this one. And then JT Realmuto and the Phillies catchers come in 5th.
Yeah.
Just around out of the top 10. Rays with Mike Zunino 6th.
Oh, he's good.
Rangers with Mitch Garver. 7. Marlins at 8 with Stallings. Well, shoot, they got 4 guys in there: Stallings, Henry, Fortes, and Jackson. The Royals come in 9 with Perez up top, and the Braves come in 10 with Darnado, Pena, and William Contreras.
William Contreras is. Oh yeah, he is a catcher for the Braves. Why did I
But
think
he's the brother to Contreras in Chicago.
Yeah. Is he
But very good tonight. That was good.
Yeah, I listened to it. I got some shit up here. I might as
A little
well.
bit.
But yeah, I know, right? But
all I know is when you come to town, man, don't even worry about bringing me the dollars. You can just buy me a bottle of what I'm looking for.
Yeah, I know, right? Like a Macallan 25 or something right there.
Just a good bottle of shine, man. A good jar of shine.
Yeah. How long have we been going? It's almost an hour and a half, right?
Yeah, and you're gonna have to edit this down.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna do a standings watch thing, but I think we're just gonna skip that tonight.
We can save that for Monday. Come out with power rankings. We can do it all at once. Start off June.
Yeah, we're supposed to do an analytics episode, but we decided to push that back. But so it will be coming. It's just going to be pushed back. We want to make sure that it's done right. Before we leave, I do want to. So this is my feel good story of the day, and I don't get emotional a lot. I mean, the first episode of the regular season we did was kind of, we talked about how beautiful the game is, and listen, I'm not afraid to talk about how much in love that I am with baseball. Like, it is romantic. But this is a cool story. I wish I heard his name one more time so I could, but Jose Cuas. Okay. He's a pitcher for the Kansas City Royals. Speaking of the devil. He was playing college baseball and it wasn't really going anywhere. This is back in 2017. He was an outfielder, and so he decided to switch and go and be a pitcher. And I think he got drafted, but then he was released by a team, and I don't know what team he was. Anyway, so he goes back to New York, and his brother was a pitcher. He pitched a little bit in college, I think. That's what they said. And he said, I'm going to teach you how to pitch. And so Jose became a FedEx driver. And he said he worked from like 5 o'clock in the morning all the way to 8:00 at night. And when he would come home, he was exhausted. All he wanted to do was go to bed. His brother said, "Hey, I'm not letting you give up on your dreams." And so every night they'd go throw the baseball for 2.5 hours or 4 hours. And I mean, they worked hard for it. And so now he's finally up in the big leagues. And so I thought that was a really cool story. Great brother, wins brother of life. It's a beautiful thing. And I always love to see guys who finally achieve their dreams, and just goes to show, it really is inspiring. I was thinking yesterday how stupid it is when people say, this person inspires me every day. And I'm like, shut up. He doesn't. He inspires you to take a shower after 3 days of not showering and sitting in a Cheeto coma. No. But this guy really does inspire me. And he just reminds me that, in order to succeed, you really have to work hard or have rich parents. But
it does help sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah. It definitely makes that road a lot more paved. They're like, oh yeah, we'll pave the road for you. Yeah. Anyways, but it definitely does help. Like, you have to work hard for what you want to do. So that was a nice story. I want to say that I think that he kind of got railed, but I don't want to even look up that stat. Like this guy, Jose Cuss, I think is Cuss.
Do the research and bring us the result when you come back.
No, he's one of my favorite players now. Him, and there's a Royals closer. I'll tell you this story real quick. So this Royals closer, I wish that or not Royals closer, Orioles closer. His son hasn't been able to see him see him play in 3 years because he had been suffering from cancer. And so this was, what was it, Tuesday night? It was or Saturday night. It was the first game he was able to see his dad pitch in forever, and his dad got like a save on it. And I thought that was a really nice just to see. I mean, it's hard to not be romantic about baseball. Josh, say something smart.
See, guys, here's the thing that I love about working with this guy over here. Yeah, he's a foul-mouthed, scruffy-looking nerf herder, but he's got a heart of gold. He may not sound like it when you listen to him rant and rave and crap on people, but you can tell the guy's got a big heart, and he loves the good stories. And this is why I enjoy doing the show with him. How does that sound to you?
That sounded stupid.
Yeah,
no, I'm just kidding.
Put a little Star Wars line in there. And...
yeah, who's scruffy looking? What is
you are? Look at your face.
It was on his son's birthday too. Yeah, Jorge Lopez.
That's even better.
Jorge
we
Lopez.
Like sharing those stories.
Yeah, so that was a fun episode. Except it wasn't. Blue Gehrig Day, enjoy that. Or I mean, don't enjoy it. Sorry, that sounds so wrong. Do something with it. Reflect on it. Do whatever you need to do with Lou Gehrig Day.
Do something nice for somebody else that you wouldn't normally do for somebody, or do something nice for a stranger that you don't know.
Yeah.
Open a door, help an old lady get up a curve. Do something nice for somebody today.
Help a Nazi load his gun. No, I'm just kidding.
No. Help a patriot load his gun.
Yes. Help a patriot load his gun. Do you have any parting words of inspiration you want to say besides?
I'm looking forward to a good weekend of baseball. I always say this. I'm always looking forward to good baseball.
Me too.
Obviously, being the Cardinals fans, we got a big series with the Cubbies this weekend. Yeah, we lost tonight.
I don't even.
Liberatore had a rough outing, but we'll talk about that Wednesday. But looking for a great weekend of baseball. Love playing the Cubs. It's always fun, no matter who's doing good or who's doing bad. They always end up being good games. So
Yeah.
Looking for some great highlights. Hoping there's some big plays this weekend, and everybody have a very safe weekend. If you're a St. Louis person and you got nothing else going on this weekend, you can head over to WWT and check out the NASCAR and the truck race. So NASCAR is going to be just out in St. Louis for the first time ever.
Oh, really?
The trucks have been racing out here for a few years. Yeah, they sold out 57,000 seats, sold out.
That just
So-
goes to show how starving St. Louis fans are for some sports. They're just like, we'll
Hey.
watch these guys run round and round for a couple of hours.
Hey,
But,
they're making a left turn.
Yeah.
We're a beer city. We
Yeah.
got the brewery right there. We can get drunk. It's a sport we can easily follow.
Ooh, that is true. Wait, what did he do? He turned left. Oh, okay. What did he do now? He turned left again. God. Anyways,
He's making
yeah.
a left turn.
Speaking of left turns, be sure to watch our NASCAR show,
Absolutely.
which names escape me at the moment. We also have
Sunday drivers.
Sunday drivers. Yeah. I don't think I've even talked. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on to that show. I'm going to ask to go on that show. I'm just going to be like, I don't know shit. Then they can come on here and make fun of baseball all they want.
There we go.
that
Get
would
one
be-
of them on our show.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Oh, I'm so doing that now. I'm texting them now. They're not even watching this show. They're just like, oh no. Anyways,
Hey, we gotta get Brandon on soon
why? I mean, well, obviously,
because he hasn't been on it forever.
Yeah.
And now we have video, so now the whole world can make fun of his ugly face too.
Wow. Yeah. He hates us. He's like, listen, Logan, Josh, you guys just have the back corner over there. So, you just
Keep holding down the fort.
Yeah. Just don't say anything too bad and we'll be okay. Anyways, no, I'm just kidding. I don't love Brandon because I think I've only talked to him like twice. Yeah, we're totally going to do that. Also watch the semifinals NHL preview. Josh, you were on that one, weren't you?
Sure was. I've done all the NHL postseason stuff right now. It was a good episode. We cut it down a lot on time, obviously, because there wasn't much to talk about. So go and check it out. It's only about 30 minutes long. And then we will have another episode for the Stanley Cup final preview when the semifinals get figured out.
So is it going to be Lightning and Avalanche?
God, I sure hope so. I mean, that's who I picked. I picked the Lightning and the Avalanche, but then the Lightning lost, and then the Avalanche have won the first two games. I don't want to see the Avalanche win, but that's what I think is going to get to the Cup.
It'd be weird to see the Rangers beat the Lightning, who've just won like back-to-back Stanley Cups, and then the Rangers, who haven't been good ever. It's just weird.
Not since Gretzky was there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forget Gretzky was in there. I always think of him with the Kings or the Blues.
The Rangers were elite when they had Messier and that whole crew.
Yeah.
Gretzky ended up there at the end of his career.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, but it's going to be interesting. We're hoping that with the Avalanche being up 2-0 on the Oilers now, hoping that going back to Edmonton, maybe the Oilers can squeak out one or two after a 14-goal first game to open up the series. And then tonight it was 4-0.
Yeah, I noticed that.
So
I didn't know you could score that high.
Doesn't usually happen.
Yeah. Anyways, so look at me. I know not basketball, hockey a little bit.
You know
bit.
puck.
Yeah, I know
you
puck.
know puck.
I know puck a lot of stuff. Ooh, that's nice. Ooh, that's if I ever host an NHL show, that's my line.
We're not letting host.
I know puck about a lot of stuff right there. I'm gonna become the biggest
For you
hockey
will be,
fan.
I don't know puck about a lot of stuff.
I don't know puck. Anyways, also watching basketball. What?
I was just saying, everybody check out all of those shows we have going on. We're still looking for an NBA crew. We're still looking for a soccer crew. So if you or somebody you know might be interested on getting in on with us, come join the team while Logan eats his mic. And message us if you guys have any topics you want us to cover, anything you want us to look at going into the next episodes, or anything you guys think we could do better.
Also, we're looking for a third baseball host. because I'm getting sick of Josh. No, no, we actually do need a third one. We've been talking about getting a
He
third one
keeps
for a while.
trying to replace me. Just the other
kidding.
night. When do you need to take a break? Shut up. He just wants me gone. He's tired of me.
No,
Too much of a homer.
Yeah. But yeah, we do want a third host. We're gonna do a new segment actually pretty soon, or that we're wanting to do it. I should say we're not gonna do it yet, but where we get fans from different teams to come on for a 15-minute segment, just talk about why we should be rooting for their team, what we need to look at, what they need to know. That way, you know, we're able to keep tabs on every team. But that's a future topic. Well,
if you'd like to get on that, just message the Variety Sports Podcast Network.
Yeah.
One of somebody, either Logan, myself, or Brandon will get the message over to us, and we'll make contact with you and set something up.
Don't text me. Tell it straight to my face. Yeah.
He don't like you.
Yeah, I don't like you that much. If you say something wrong, I will beat the shit out of you mentally. I'll be like, listen.
13.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Anyways, live long and watch some damn baseball. Bye, Felicia's.
Take care, guys.
Hey, it's Logan Stone here. The guy from the video you just watched. Yeah. Hey, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to this video. I worked really hard for this. Can't you see I did my hair and everything? Be sure to follow us on Facebook at the Variety Sports Podcast. And also, be sure to follow us on Spotify. Some of you are already on Spotify. That's how you found us on YouTube. But be sure to go back and forth. Listen to us twice. Listen, we have good knowledge. Yeah. Okay, bye.